Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Parent Takeover with Lisa and Samoy. Oh my goodness, we are so glad that you are watching live. If you are watching this, comment below and say hello. If you are there, we can definitely give you a shout out on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channels. If you're watching this later, thank you so much for watching, and send a comment as well, and we will definitely go back and give you a shout out as well. So joining me tonight is my colleague and my girl, Lisa Smith from the St. Louis side. Good evening, Lisa. How are you? Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, Samoy. How you doing today?
I am doing good. I'm doing very well. I've had quite a bit of caffeine today, but you know what? It's been one of those days, and I'm just going with the flow because it's
Yes, we
one of
have
those
to go
days.
with it.
Yes, yes. Well, I am so excited for tonight's show. We have some wonderful guests that are coming on. But this night, we're going to be talking a lot about charter schools and just so many great things about them. A lot of people, I did kind of like a mini survey with some parents and just kind of asked them, do you know what a charter school is? And a lot of them, I kid you, Lisa, about 55% did not know what charter schools were. So we definitely here at CEAM want to make it heard and known. Another school choice for families, charter schools, St. Louis and Kansas City. So with that being said, we are going to start with our first guest. I had the privilege of meeting this young lady, Katie Limeberry. I was able to go to her school. Katie Limeberry is the recruitment and enrollment coordinator at Citizens of the World Charter School, Kansas City. She's also the Caring for Kids school liaison for Citizens of the World. And the third thing is she is also a charter school mom as well. So without further ado, we would like to welcome Katie Limeberry onto the show tonight. Hello, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. How are you doing this evening?
Doing good. I hear a little thunder outside, so I think that storm that we're expecting is on its way.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are going to get moving then. Yes, we're supposed to get some weather in Kansas City and St. Louis. So Katie, I had the privilege of meeting you actually at a charter conference last year, and we were able to connect, and I was able to do a school tour of Citizens of the World Charter School in Kansas City. So before we dig in, can you tell everyone on the show a little bit about yourself, your role at Citizens of the World, and how you became involved with the school?
Oh, I'd love to. The story actually goes back about 10 years. My family and I were living up in Chicago. We were looking at coming to Kansas City, so I had been kind of spying some of the local Facebook groups and saw that this brand new charter school was going to be opening right about where we wanted to live. There was a big talk about it being a community school. I got pretty excited about it, even though at that time my youngest was only 4. We weren't even looking at kindergarten quite yet. And then when we moved in town, I learned about Citizens. We enrolled our oldest in first grade is when they started. And I quickly got involved as a parent, and I was the one who would go volunteer to do school fairs and things like that. So when new positions came open, I eventually worked my way into this enrollment role where I always wanted to be. So I do enrollment. I do a little communications. That's where we were able to meet. So that was exciting. And I get to show families around and help families from all over Kansas City get enrolled into our school and our community.
Well, I love it. Your school is absolutely amazing. I was blown away when I was there. And definitely everyone who's watching, go on ceamteam.org website, and I did a blog on your school, which was absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for that. So one of the biggest things that we want to talk about, and I said a little bit about this right before we had you on, is so many individuals just don't understand or they just don't understand or about charter schools. Some people have never even heard of charter schools, and there's a lot of myths out there pertaining to charter schools. And so I wanted to ask you a few of those myths. We want to nail them down right now. And the first one I would like to ask you is, for families who may not be familiar, can you share what makes Citizens of the World KC unique and what the school's mission is?
Well, I think I mentioned earlier that our school, I first heard about it from parents posting on Facebook groups. One of the great things about our school was that it was born out of this idea from a set of local families that really wanted an alternative. At that time, the local district had lost its accreditations, so families were looking for other options. So one of the neat things about our school is that it was founded by a group of families rather than, as the way some other schools get their starts. And those groups of families really wanted a school that would focus on representing the diversity that we see in the surrounding Kansas City community. They wanted something that was really hands-on. So we focus on project-based learning. And then the last thing is just a real focus on social emotional learning, helping students be well-rounded students, well-rounded citizens.
Yes.
And, so we try to focus on all those. Those are kind of what I would consider our three pillars.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
That
There's
is
a thunderstorm warning, apparently.
Oh, okay. I got something too. Okay. One thing I will say, when I was at your school and I was talking to the middle school principal, he said the three things that are very important to make sure that a student is successful at your school is the student, the teachers, and then the families. And when they start school, they might be a certain way, but at the end of the school year, there should be a positive transition. And that has stuck with me since coming to the school. It just made so much sense. And so I was really, that was a really nice experience. Before we go any further, I want to say a shout out to Tawana and Chris. Thank you so much for watching and being on the show tonight. Well, watching the show. We really appreciate you coming on. Okay, so then let's go with the second question. The third question, I'm sorry. I believe charter schools are private schools. Can you explain what a charter school actually is and how it operates within the public school education system?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a common myth, this idea that we're our own little private entity. And I think it's important to point out that charter schools actually have a lot more in common with public district schools than private schools. We do have a few benefits of being a charter school, a little bit more autonomy and things, but we're a public school, so we're open to all students that live within boundaries of the district schools. We are tuition free, just as the public district schools, and we're under the same those same laws. We still have to follow all the state laws that district schools do as well. But I wanted to point out that in addition to the state laws, we also have a sponsor. So we have oversight of that sponsor. So different charter schools may be sponsored by the district schools. They may be sponsored by even a university. We're sponsored by the Missouri Charter School Commission. So we have to do a charter school renewal every 5 years. So we are held accountable to what we're doing as well. And I think that's a misconception. People believe that we have no oversight.
Yes. Well, y'all are definitely, like I said, doing great things. And just knowing the fact of being accountable for every student that comes to to the school. No wonder y'all have a continued wait list. So, I mean, y'all are doing great things.
Thank you. Yeah, we got that building addition going up, so we'll have a little bit more space. Offers went out to new students yesterday. We're so excited to keep growing.
My goodness,
that's
I cannot wait.
Like our tagline.
Yes, that's going to be so awesome. I cannot wait. I can't wait. And last question for you, Katie.
I have some questions too.
I'm sorry, Lisa. Okay, let me quick. I'm sorry.
You can ask though. I just don't want you to.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so last question from me, and then Lisa will ask her questions. Sometimes people hear that charter schools take something away from communities. From your perspective, how do charter schools actually add more opportunities for families?
So that's a good question. And I think it's kind of unique here in Kansas City. As I mentioned earlier, the district schools had lost accreditation, and that's when our public charters in the area really became popular. People were just looking for, public charters had a way of offering more high quality seats at that time. And in some aspects, we're able to offer just different options. We have a charter school in the area that offers full immersion. We have different charter schools that offer, they just are able, they have that autonomy to offer different things as well. But I think kind of in Kansas City, the big difference is just that we have been able to offer those additional seats.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Katie. And before Lisa takes over, in the audience, if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section, and I can give those to Katie later on, and we can get those questions answered for you. So, yes.
Hey, Katie. What are some ways your school engages with families and the community outside of the classroom?
Oh, that's a good question. So families, we always encourage them to do some background screening so that they can volunteer in the school. To be completely honest, we took a real hit when COVID came. We had a very strong family organization before that. Those families that had helped start Citizens were around. There's something special about starting a school. Everybody was all hands on deck, and COVID hit, and that really impacted our family involvement. So we're still working on growing those opportunities again. But we have events throughout the year, ice cream social, family skate parties, things like that. And the larger community, Simoy mentioned that I'm the Caring for Kids liaison. Caring for Kids is a local organization in Kansas City that helps schools partner with area organizations, churches, businesses, and things. So we have monthly meetings where we can engage them to really meet some of our school goals and projects.
Thank you for that. Last question. Where do you see Citizens of the World in the next 3 to 5 years?
That is a huge question, and I don't know how much you know about Citizens right now, but we have some pretty big things happening. I think I mentioned before, our school edition is going up. We've been busting at the seams. If you walk through our halls right now, you can see a hallway behind me that's actually quite pleasant to look at, but we have parts of our building that have a lot of dividers up right now. We're just making the use of all of our space. So this building addition going up is going to really offer us a lot more opportunities. I also mentioned that we have to do a charter renewal every 5 years. We are up for a charter renewal, and somewhat related, when Citizens opened, it was as an extension of the national organization that's based out of Los Angeles. And we have really been so thankful for everything that they've done for us. But we have decided that we're going to become our own independent charter school. So we're actually undergoing some rebranding. We've had focus groups and surveys and everything with our community. So we are currently in the process of getting a new mission. It'll be very similar because the feedback we got was, community and diversity are important to our community. But we're going to have a new name soon that we'll be announcing here probably in the next couple months. Probably our favorite so far, though, is one student recommended that we be called That School on Broadway. So that's kind of our working name. Right
I love it.
I'm not going to stick, but So it's a big question, but there's a lot going on with us right now. We're excited for the next 3 to 5 years.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Katie, thank you so much for the insight on charter schools and the spotlight on Citizens of the World, Kansas City. We look forward to the new buildings coming, and just so excited for the school for the 2026-2027 school year. And I will definitely be back in the fall to see the school and the new name. So we
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on tonight. And yes, we look forward to working with you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been fun to talk to you all.
Yes.
Thank
Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
you. Bye.
That was awesome. She's
Yes,
incredible.
yes. So, Samoy, I would like to introduce our next guest, who is a longtime advocate, fellow for the Missouri Public Charter Schools, and a grandmother and great grandmother of charter school students. Miss Maury Scott, welcome to the Parent Takeover.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Hi.
having me. Hi,
Yes.
everybody.
Yes. Hello, Miss Maury. How are you doing tonight?
I am hanging in there, girl. That's the best answer I have. I'm
Okay.
glad to be here, and I'm very honored that you all asked to have me on your show.
Yes,
Oh, the
ma'am.
pleasure is all
Maury,
ours.
can you share your story and what led you to become an advocate for public charter schools?
Yet I can. It started out my grandsons, my daughter's sons, all attended, and I have one yet in charter school, but they all attended charter school. It started with her oldest son, and he started out at LaSalle School, which was over on Kennerly. At the time, I lived in the Homer G. Phillips senior apartment building. So I was like directly, not directly, but cat a corner across the street, which put not only my daughter at ease, but my grandson at ease as well, because he knew grandma was right across the street, so there nothing could go wrong. Nothing at all,
Oh,
at all. But I started out, I simply started out as, I didn't start out with the advocacy until the boys got into LaSalle Middle School. And the head of LaSalle Middle School was Dr. LaShanda Boone. She's now over all of St. Louis community colleges here in St. Louis, Missouri. But Dr. Boone called one day and told me about a lady named Edie Bernard, who was with Missouri Charter Schools, and she was looking for a family to interview for charter schools. And all my boys at that time, I had two boys in LaSalle and that in LaSalle Middle, and Dr. Boone knew that I didn't mind, so I did. And from there, it was kind of off to the races, because the next thing I knew, Edie was booking me for one thing or another to talk to families. And the school had an anniversary, and I did a short clip for them on the school and the progress that I had seen in the years that my boys had been in attendance. And it just it just took off. Then one day they called and asked me, Edie called and asked me, would had I ever testified before the House or the Senate in Jefferson City? No, I had not, and I had no idea what she was talking about. But what she did was she asked me to write a short testimony, and I asked me if I thought I could present it before the House, because there was a very important bill coming up. There were a lot of people making a lot of noise about shutting down the charter schools. They were saying that the charter schools were taking away from the public schools, and the charter schools were causing a problem for the public schools. And they did not, what they left out was the fact that charter schools are public schools. They
Yep.
are free, they are open to the community and any child that so chooses to attend. And that kind of made me angry because they weren't telling the truth and they weren't telling the truth. Don't do that. Don't do that. That just was not right. And after that, I remember the first bill that I testified for was because there was money being held in escrow. It belonged to the charter school. It
Mm,
had been put into a account for the public schools, and the public schools have been drawing interest off that money for quite a few years. Well, when they told me about that, that really did not sit well with my spirit. And I was asked, would I mind going to Jefferson City and would I mind speaking to the House? I was a nervous wreck. I think my teeth were chattering. I'm not sure, but but they did everything they could to get me prepared and let me know that I would be okay. And I thought about it and prayed about it. I wrote my testimony. At that time, it had to be okay by a group of lawyers and it was a process. And I'm thinking, Lord, they're going to look at this and say, who in the world wrote this and who does she think she is? But I got there. We got in the room. We sat down. The people, the senators and the representatives filed in and took their seats up on the bench, and I looked at them and I said, Lord, these people are no different than me. They
mm-hmm.
they are probably grandparents too. And once I got that in my head, I felt like this is just like talking to my neighbors. I can do this. I can do this. And from that point on, I just when I'm asked about a bill, I research it. I read the person that wrote the bill. After that, I ask God to give me the right words to say, and I always ask Him to lead me to a scripture. And in the end, I either look at the quote or a scripture that I deem appropriate for whatever the bill is that we're facing, whether we're for it or against it. But it's been a journey because I've been doing this since 2021. And
Wow.
I wouldn't trade it because if nobody speaks up for our babies, then what's going to happen to them? And
Absolutely.
that's
Absolutely.
just how I feel.
Well, that's incredible. Like, I mean, just hearing your story, I mean, as Lisa and I both are parents as well, just everything that has happened, you are just doing such great things, not only in your town, in your community, but also in Jefferson City. And I think we have a question. I think both of our questions is the same. So we had one question for you. We wanted to
What's the
ask.
question you got?
Well, my question was just in general, what advice would she give other families that are starting the journey to either advocating or starting charter school? What is that journey? What's that little bit of advice if you had to give it in 30 seconds?
And I would tell them this, baby. I would tell them, children, I don't care if you have one child or 15, each child is different.
Hmm.
I don't care if you're the mother, the grandmother, you get to know those children. Every child has a different personality. We are blessed with the charter school system to know that there are schools out there to fit those children's personality. Not all
Yes.
your children are going to like math. Not all your children are going to like music. Not all your
Mhm.
children are going to like science. There are schools in the charter system that are geared for those separate likes. Each one of those kids can make a different choice. Go to
Yes.
that school and do their very best. And that's what I would tell them.
Oh,
No,
wonderful.
Yes,
there's
thank.
no one size fits all. Not in
Mhm.
children, not in charter schools. And for that, I am eternally grateful.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Maury, for joining us today and sharing your story. We appreciate all your advocacy efforts, and we're excited to see you at our next Advocacy Day at the Capitol in a
Yes.
couple of weeks.
I'll be there.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you all for having me.
Oh, right. Wow, that was incredible. She is absolutely incredible. I had the pleasure of meeting Miss Maury when I went to Advocacy Day last month, and so I'm very excited to see her again.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, Samoy, I do have some education news for us today. Washington's top news highlights an article about Achievement Prep Public Charter School in Southeast Washington, D.C. The school's eighth grade students outperformed many students across the city on a
Mm.
recent math test, even compared to students in the wealthiest neighborhoods. School leaders say their success comes from introducing advanced math early, like pre algebra in the seventh grade and algebra in the eighth grade, along with strong student support for the students. But this is a great example of how, when schools set high expectations and give students the support they need, they can thrive. And it also shows why having better public school options like public charter schools can make a big difference in students' education and their lives. But we'll drop a link to the full article in the comment section, so be sure to check it out. And we want to hear from you. Do you think offering advanced classes early helps students succeed? Let us know in the comment section.
Oh, wow. What a great article. I'm going to definitely go back and read that article too. And I will be answering your question as well, Lisa. So thank you so much for that education news. Oh, my goodness. We are finished with March 2026 parent takeover. How in the world are we already finished? That is absolutely insane.
Time always go by fast when you're having fun. Like,
Yes, it does. And I always have such a good time with you.
yes, can't wait to see you in 2 weeks, even though
Yes.
we barely get to spend that much time together. I will see you though.
We usually have enough time. We spend maybe during the whole advocacy day in Jefferson City, maybe 20 minutes, and that's
No,
that's
it's
pushing
less,
it.
like a minute. We might be in the same office, but we talking, you know what I mean, to people,
Exactly.
elected officials. And
Yeah, we might be able to sit down and eat together, but no, it is so it's always such a great time to be with you, Lisa. And yes, we will be at the Capitol on Tuesday, March the 24th in Jefferson City. If you would like to attend and join us, please reach out to Lisa at seamteam.org or Samoy at seamteam.org. You can also get that information on our website, seamteam.org. But yeah, that's a wrap. We are
yes.
finished.
Well,
Oh,
Samoy, I hope this Facebook Live has truly inspired the people that's watching to join the CEAM team and
yeah.
advocate for Missouri students to receive the quality education they deserve.
I agree. I agree. So definitely, audience out there, advocates, please watch. Please, there's some links that we're going to have in the description box, along with follow us. Please, we are on Seam. Excuse me. Yeah, of course we're on Seam. We are on Facebook at Children's Education. I'm sorry, Lisa, help me out,
Children's,
please. I get so confused sometimes.
um, well, check out all of our social media platforms, which is Children's Education Alliance of Missouri on Facebook and LinkedIn. See, we got a LinkedIn too, right?
Yes.
The Seam Team on Instagram and that Seam Team on X. Make sure you check some of them links in the comments section and get involved.
All right. And we will see y'all at the Capitol or sometime in the near future. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye bye.